Hello and greetings. Welcome back to my channel. This is Goliath, but you already know that. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to keep this video podcast really fucking tight and straight to the point. I thought I would jump on and just do a kind of a quick chat and reflective chat, as I always tend to do. And as we draw to the close of 2021, holy mother of fuck, what a year this has been, particularly for those living in Australia, living in Melbourne, as the Americans say. And fuck, just all over the world. It has been such a challenging year on so many levels. For those of you that haven't been through the level of lockdown that we have had here, a lot of you guys just aren't affected, and that's fine. But for the ones that have really been, I'm talking directly to the ones that have really had their life completely turned upside down, completely changed. The way that the ebbs and flows of business works, commerce works, people working from home now, garden sheds became offices, garages became gyms, just whatever, a lot of people have been pushed to the brink of absolute breaking point. And I would really love to see the statistics of the suicide rates because it is so alarming. With mental health and fragmentation at an all-time high, it's just such a crazy time. And if you're out there and you're going, what lockdown? Like nothing changed in my life. I like lockdown. I get to read books. Fuck off. Seriously, just fuck off. This is not the channel for you. And as I've discovered this year, coming into 2021, I'm not really interested in winning attention or winning favor, or being favorable or being likable. I'm just going to 2022 this year, coming into 2022. And that's what I wanted this chat to be about, is really about someone just telling the fucking truth. Let's just get real. The world has shifted in so many ways. And I'm not going to be an alarmist, but I'm going to be so real with you. We have so much more turmoil coming. 2022 is going to be another hard year, okay? If you can't already feel that, for real. So that being said, my goals for 2022 are as follows, and I thought that I would share them with you so that you kind of, I feel like you guys get a really good, strong sense of who I am, because I don't want to lie to you. I don't want you to think that I'm something that I'm not. And for me at this point in my life, moving into 2022, each year has been every year we have a real learning curve, and we're all kind of growing and evolving and expanding, and we should be. And we all have work to do. We all have, and when I say work, I mean shadow work. I mean working on the parts of us that need improvement and being really honest enough to be willing to stand bare naked in front of ourselves in the mirror and really loving ourselves and really understanding who we are. What are we? Where are we going? And the best way to determine where you're going is to look back at where you've been. Because a lot of people are in this kind of cognitive dissonance state that something magical is going to happen for them. Some magical spirit or a jinn or a magical god or some kind of deity is going to give them something. And me coming into 2022 is really about me looking at honoring my ancestors, honoring and paying tribute to Mother. And when I say Mother, I mean Mother Earth, the earth. This year, coming into 2022, I'm not expecting anyone to give me anything, no help. I have to be willing and able to have the energy and the dedication and take the time to do the due diligence to make my dreams come true, to make that shit happen. And that's where I would get onto in this video. Every year at the end of the year, I do a bit of a cord cutting, a kind of a ceremony that I do Sometimes I do it with a candle in the garage, or I do it out in the backyard under the moon or whatever. Wherever I feel called to do it, it doesn't matter where you do it. It doesn't matter if you're on an aeroplane or a train or a bus. It doesn't really matter. What is the point of it is that or you, if you're doing it as well, is that I'm really saying goodbye to 2021 and really moving into a brand new year. And despite incredible odds, and the odds are mounting, for the human race in general, because the way that we're going just is not sustainable, is that I can't live in fear. I can't live in a state of being paralyzed. We are still here, and we still have to get out there and try to enjoy life. And coming out of lockdown this year, it was just like every ounce of enthusiasm, every ounce of passion that I had for life was just drained the fuck out of me. And it was crippling. One of the darkest years for sure in my life. And I've had some really dark years. And kind of like looking at the next year that's coming in, it's like a lot of work to do. And so that cord cutting thing is really about letting go of the people and the energies that just are not a vibrational match to me anymore. And if you can, and sometimes you can't cut people, sometimes you can't, but what you can do is the trick. You can keep them where you need them. All right. So you just keep people where the fuck you need them. Okay. I'm going to be doing a video in 2022 in the next couple of weeks, looking at what to do when you're born into a family that doesn't understand you, doesn't want you, and you feel like an orphan. Well, I'll give you a hot tip. Your family doesn't have to be your family. All right. So I believe that people come into our lives for a season, a lifetime, or a reason. I'm a big believer of that. And sometimes when the natural conclusion of someone in your life is coming to its end, then don't be nasty about it. Just honor that you've outgrown this person. You're on a different path. You're in a different direction, and you let them go and you wish them well. Okay. You don't need to get into all this drama. Yeah. No drama. And that's one of my big things I would say for 2022. Keep it tight. Keep it logical. That's my advice for 2022 for what's coming. Because the politics are going to be pulling the puppet strings. The bullshit's not going to stop. Drama creates money. Drama creates attention. So I would advise from my heart that you keep things where you need them. So you're not going to get so overwhelmed with like turning on the news or getting really caught up in the hype of something. Really pull your energy inwards and focus on completing something if you can. Find a task that you enjoy and find something that you really, really like gets you fucking hard, gets your blood pumping, really turns you on. And that is where you need to start moving. And you need to start doing this immediately, okay? Immediately. Because I don't want to be an alarmist, but fuck it, I'll just say it. It's highly probable at this point in the human history that we may see the collapse of modern civilization within the next 10, 20, 30 years. So a lot of the stuff that you're really getting caught up in is completely inconsequential anyway. It's not going to matter, okay? So what I would say is find your passion, follow your passion, and start moving in that direction, because that's what's going to bring you the most joy. And what's the point of life if it's not any joy, yeah? And also when you're in your passion, when you're in your purpose, you're in your passion. When you're in your passion, you're in your purpose. And that serves the world at large in a better place. We all have our role to play in society with each other, with who we are. So if you've been living a lie, now's the time to tell the truth. And there's no right or wrong time to do that. If you're in a really destructive job that really doesn't serve you, look for another job. Start looking for another job. If you are in a really destructive relationship, start working out an exit strategy. Start getting the money in the bank. Start thinking about putting yourself first. Okay, you just can't pour from an empty cup. And my lifestyle and the relationships that I want to have with people, I want them to be, and they're off the chart. They have to be. Okay, I just want excitement, passion, energy. I want to feel alive again. That's what I really, really want in 2022. And I know you do too. I want to eat the oyster and dive into the deep ocean, and I want to jump out of a fucking airplane. I really want to feel alive again, and I'm going to start looking for those experiences. So who's fucking with me? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, so just getting into the action phase. All right, so get into your bedroom, clean that shit up, clean up your house, throw out the stuff you don't need. What doesn't serve you, give it away. Get involved, sign up to something new. Get involved in the netball team. Get involved in something in your community. Get involved in the kitchen, the bin kitchen, whatever it is that you need to do. Just get out there and just start moving. Because sometimes we just need to kick up the ass. We just need some fire underneath us to, just get us going again. Just takes that spark. And if you're listening to this video, you can feel the passion that's pouring out of my face. Let go of those that don't serve you, wish them well, and move on. And that's the best advice I could say for 2022. It is going to be another hard year full of challenges. And I'm really hoping not as much lockdown stuff is going to be going on. But yes, we have to do the best we can with what we have from where we are. And so that is the best advice I can feel in my heart right now that I can really give for this next year. And for me personally, I'm going to really make a commitment to myself to really honor myself and take the time and put in the effort, because I want to do the hard yards. I want to do the work. Okay. If you're not committed to doing the work, you don't deserve to taste the sweet honey of success. You don't deserve it. All right. And that's my magic in myself, is that I believe that I deserve a better life. And so I'm prepared to put in the effort and work to cultivate that and grow that. And if I can inspire just one person out there now, it's not too late to turn this around. It's not too late to start. The hardest part is just starting. And it is hard. You're trying to find your feet. You're trying to figure out what you're doing, but it's so worth it. I promise. So this year, I'm going to be really committing to really growing this channel the fuck out. So, hit the subscribe button and share this podcast around, this video series that I'm doing. I hope that you enjoyed my light side and the dark side of the zodiac. It was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed it. It was cool. And I think coming into 2022, I'm going to be doing hopefully one video a week or one video every 2 weeks, and really putting a lot more time and effort into telling you who I am, telling you about where I came from and how I got to where I am, telling you about my failures and my fears and how I see the world, sharing my viewpoints. And as you know, a lot of my viewpoints are more of the left-hand path. I don't follow any kind of structural way of thinking. I call it programming. And I'm a free spirit. I just do what the fuck I want. Yeah. And so I'm going to be really real. And some of the videos I'm going to be putting out in the next year are going to be very confronting. But remember, it can't hurt you if it's not true. Yeah. So when I feel triggered, when I feel moved, that means I have something's unhealed there, something that I need to unpack there. Is something's bringing up something under my subconscious. Go there, face it, have the courage to face it. Let the fear wash over you. The June line. I must not fear, for fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. Yeah, what's in the box? Pain. So yeah, I'm going to be focusing on this video series. If you would like me to talk about any topic at all and make it deep, let's make it juicy, let's make it really heavy, not something light and fluffy. Because I love light and fluffy shit. But yeah, let's get into some heavy shit and engage with me. Reach out to me and I'm here. If you want to chat, message me on Instagram. Send in your questions. Any questions that you'd like me to answer about my journey or my thoughts on things, any advice that I can give that I can help you grow, and any advice you can give me that can help me grow too. The more that I learn, the more that I realize I really have so much more to learn. And it's very humbling to know that there's so many corridors with hundreds of thousands, millions, in trillions of doors that are all into different directions of magic and higher levels of self-awareness, higher levels of self-understanding. And I think that's why, if you're listening to this video now, you're kind of a bit of like, you're curious like me. You want to know what's out there. So I invite you to explore with me. And the more that you engage with me, the more that I will be engaging back. So yeah, I wish you a fantastic New Year's. Do the cord cutting every year. You're because we don't have time, yeah. So like the time that we have is so finite. So any time that I give to an experience that really isn't like rocking my boat, just fuck it off and move into a different, higher experience. I'm not saying that you should resist resistance, because that's crazy. Resistance builds strength. What I'm saying is when you're in tune with your higher self, you have a very strong sense of discernment, whether you know that the connections that you're forging with people are really on a level of equality and are being received. And if they're not, you wish them well and you fuck them off and you just move on. You hit that block button and you get on with life. I know it's tough. I know it's hard, but that's really how it is, because we just don't have time. I don't have time as well to just sit on social media all day. I understand that for a lot of people, it is their business, and I get that. But for me, I'm really going to be really mindful of my time and how many hours are in the day. So thinking, back to that lesson thing for this year was really about finding my passion again for my art and my craft, but also how many hours are in a day and what's realistic of achieving in a day. Because by the time I go for my swim and I do my boxing and I do my run and I walk the dog and I clean the house and I cook breakfast, like time's just ticking. And it's like you have a bandwidth when you wake up in the morning, and that bandwidth is just getting chewed into by things that we give our energy to. So if we're giving our energy to things that just are not an equal exchange for us, then we have to start focusing on giving our energy to things that are, okay? So make this year coming count. And let's just say goodbye to 2021. It's been a really, really crazy 2 years. For me personally, I have gone to the depths of hell and really kind of forged my way inch by inch, like clawed my way back up the cliff ledge. And I feel like I've gotten back on my feet, and now I'm ready to really bring on what's coming next, which is really about me doing the work and forging ahead. And that's what it is. Consistency, guys. That's what it is all about. Small increments of change and effort over a period of time create the change. Yeah. And I think that's the best advice I could give you. So find someone who motivates you. Watch movies that motivate you. Put on your playlist. The people that we keep around us really is a reflection of us. What we want wants us. It's that Hermetic principle, that law of resonance, the law of attraction. So try and get around people that just lift you the fuck up, not dragging you down with their dysfunction and their mental health bullshit, and they're not prepared to work on it or deal with it. Just let them go. Yeah. Don't have time for that. You're not here, and I'm not here to fix people. Okay, I can point out their dysfunctions, and if this is what you need to do, now fuck off and do it, okay? Or just fuck off, yeah? I know this is hard to hear for some of you, some of you don't like my language, but this is how I talk. This is who I am. This is the real me, okay? I'm being real and I'm being raw. So let's turn it all the way up in 2022 and just see in the new year, wherever you are, I'm sending you the biggest hug and just blessings from me, from my dog, from where I am in the world. And you have a friend in me. If you fight for me, I will fight for you. Love for love, honor for honor, and peace for peace. And I will see you in the next year if I don't release one of my next videos, because I'm itching to get into my new Dark-Sided series, exploring my thoughts on things, ... to be continued. Wishing you well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Bye. Bye.